Let me text something. And there we are. All right, guys. Sorry about that. Ran a little later than normal. I know we said around noon. I think 12:15, 12:16 is around noon. I'm running solo today. My co-host is off enjoying the new year with some family. I believe he had the opportunity to meet up with. Well, I'm not going to put him on blast, but he had the opportunity to meet up and eat breakfast with some family members. I think went to his sister's house. I'm not sure, but good to be with you guys. This is once again continuing this idea of, whoa, it's kind of bright. Continuing this idea of testing this live stream. Just trying to figure things out. Been procrastinating, but I'm on vacation this week, and that will give me more free time. The name of the stream is the Barely Awake stream, I think, right? I worked last night. I had 3 days off. I had Thursday night, I had Friday night, and Saturday night off. Thursday night, I was really, really looking forward to watching the Cowboys. Give me 1 second. Let me see something. There we go. Give me 1 second, guys. Yeah, I was really looking forward to being able to watch the Cowboys game on Thursday night. Stayed up that day till about 4 o'clock, 4 p.m. That is. Got out of work that night, overnight. Stayed up till about 4 p.m. Picked up some pizza for the family. Ate. Looked at my wife and said, "I think I'm about to fall asleep," and I did. And I slept for 13 hours. I woke up at maybe 5:30 a.m. Maybe 5 a.m. something like that. Yeah, it was. I wasted my first night off, but such is the life when you work overnight, and so that's what it is. Hold on 1 second. I am in communications with my co-host. Sorry, sending a text his way. And sorry. Yeah, so running a little late. Came home, laid on the couch to watch TV, never turned the TV on, fell asleep. That happens. And got behind, decided I was not in any shape to be on camera, threw myself in the shower, and here we are. Let's see. All right. Oh, okay, so trying something else different today, and I don't know if it'll work. I'm going to try to do a cutaway cam and kind of show off some things. Like I said, by myself today, co-host bailed on me. He's a good co-host like that. I'm kidding, Beltron. I'm kidding. But I got this in the mail, and let me see if I'm able to. There we go. There's the collection cam. And so this came in the mail Saturday, and I'm really excited to get it. There we go. Hold on 1 second. Need to make an adjustment to this cam. It's going back and forth. Why would it do that? Okay, we kind of settled there. That is the Heels and Faces Jeff Jarrett figure, reminiscent of the man alive. It's gonna bother me a little bit. All right, I think that camera will work. That lighting will work. That is the Jeff Jarrett Heels and Faces, the Zombie Sailor Toys. Jeff Jarrett, the orange card Jeff Jarrett that is reminiscent of the Hasbro figures. I'll pop in on the back. We can see some of the other ones. And so I do have Series 1, the Matt Cardona, Brian Myers, Dino Bravo, Sabu, and Earl Hebner. Picked up the Jeff Jarrett, which was considered the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. He did a Danhausen exclusive when Danhausen was hurt, wasn't able to wrestle on the indie scene, and I skipped out on that one. Is that because I called you out? My bad. But I skipped out on the Danhausen, and I didn't mean to. I kind of waited to the last second. My plan was to buy every single one of these, and I messed up. So yeah, sue me, I guess. But he does have a Johnny Gargano in between Johnny Gargano's time of leaving NXT and then eventually making his main roster debut. He signed a contract with Zombie Sailor Toys, so there will be a Johnny Gargano toy in this style. You had until December 31st to order it. He said he will not be doing any more. And yeah, so I put an order in for 2. Yes, because you called me out. I was just kidding, Beltron. I was just kidding. Yeah. Beltron, you know what I thought about doing was showing off some of the toy haul that you blessed me with a few months ago. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if you remember. Of course you remember. A little dusty. I need to clean some of these up. I don't know if it was April, May, or June. You were downsizing your collection. Not enough room in where you're living now, your living situation. And you offered all these awesome, fabulous elites. Yeah, it's a good haul. It's a good haul. You offered me all these toys. I said I would take them off your hand because there has been times past where you offered some stuff to me and I didn't accept it. And now your comic collection is sitting in someone else's garage where it could be sitting at my place and I could be reaping the rewards of a free collection. I should have bought it from you. I should have offered to buy it from you. But at the time, was not in a position to be spending money like that. Honestly, looking back, yes, I probably was in a position where I could have been spending money like that. But yeah, one of my one of my big time regrets not taking that collection off your hands. It is what it is. Let me see if I can zoom out just a wee bit more. No, I think getting a little closer is probably better. Yeah, so this one, the Triple H from WrestleMania 30. Leah wants to open that up. I'm sorry, Lady Prime wants to open that up to find out if it's really a Triple H figure or if it is a. Yeah, that collection was a good mix of both. Yeah. No, what bothers me more, Lady Prime, is the time I had the opportunity to get Metroplex. I sold Austin. I sold my brother all of my Masters of the Universe commemorative editions. Had some money for Metroplex, and Lady Prime spent my money. Lots of Spider-Man and X-Men. Yeah, there was a lot of Spider-Man and X-Men in that collection. A lot of Batman in that collection, which was probably the reason why I turned it down. Kidding. But yeah, Beltran, I hadn't had the chance. You gave these to me. I recorded a video with Ollie. Well, the problem is I didn't actually record the video. Me and Ollie did. I'm sorry, Lady Prime. I'm sorry. Whose code name? My brother? If you're talking about my brother's code name, when we played fantasy football, his name was Southwestern Playboy. So, yeah. Dude, I would have taken those Batmans because they would have been free. Yeah. You'll have to ask him. You'll have to ask him what his code name is. I don't remember what it is on when we played Madden, but I do remember when we were doing the fantasy league and the what was it? The fantasy league, and we did the pick'em all those years ago. Southwestern Playboy was his was his name. I thought that was a fabulous name. All right, so yeah, we got the WrestleMania 30 Triple H. Lady Prime wants to open that up to find out if Triple H is really in there. Oh yeah, Dr. Jiggle Daddy. Yeah, what a what a name. What a name. Oh yeah, that's right. That was his name when we played the the NCAA dynasty, the franchise or dynasty. I need to get in on fixing my PS3 because I'm craving playing some college football, um, especially after the games this weekend. Which fabulous for TCU to go ahead and slay Goliath. Of course, Davids don't always defeat Goliaths, so we'll see how it goes when they take on Georgia in the national championship. Glad I requested this week of vacation off. So next up in this collection you gave me, figure number 2, the Hall of Fame Ultimate Warrior. I believe that's Ultimate Warrior in his SummerSlam 1990 get-up. Fan of the blue belt there. Fan of the black tights. Yeah, this, I believe we have these two figures. We already have the Triple H. I believe Lady Prime has that, and I believe the Lady Prime or the Lady Prime. I believe Lady Prime has this figure as well. So we'll determine whether or not you full on gave us this Beltron, or if we're just holding them for you until you you change your living situation. But these may be opens. These might get opened soon. This is also another figure. This is figure number 3 in the collection. I mean, in the haul. You gave us a the WrestleMania 30 Daniel Bryan with the Undisputed Championship, the World Heavyweight Championship, and the WWE title. So yeah, we have this one in the collection. Definitely a possibility of opening this one up and displaying it. I got to screenshot this. I'm gonna make sure that this live stream stays out forever, so I can screenshot this. That way, if you ever guilt me for opening your toys, I'll just be like, "Here you go." Yeah, it was a great WrestleMania. Great WrestleMania. That would have been my fourth WrestleMania to go to. And then we went to WrestleMania 32, and it was so bad that I haven't been back. I regret not going to the WrestleMania in Dallas this year because it would have been cool to see Stone Cold. It was cool seeing him do his Hall of Fame induction, actually attending the Hall of Fame ceremony. I think that was 2009. And it was cool seeing him, you know, the music, the glass shatter, when they introduced the Hall of Fame class there at WrestleMania 25. So we got the Hall of Fame, Eddie Guerrero, the Latino Heat, the shirt, a bouquet, and rose. I'm upset that this doesn't come with a tux for prom, because Eddie Guerrero taking China to the prom is top quality Attitude Era wrestling right there. See, the cam's never going to be as good on a live stream as it is when you just do your own video. Number 5. Also from WrestleMania 30, we got the Andre the Giant Memorial Trophy winning Cesaro. Not Cesaro's best figure. You know, I was in a live stream the other day with Brian LCS, and he was trying to figure out why there were so many January babies. And I wanted to say that it's possible that Ollie was a WrestleMania / Rock baby. But he did call it. Yeah, this is not my favorite Cesaro figure, but that trophy is pretty sweet. So, yeah. If we keep this, this will be our third figure in the collection of this Ultimate Warrior. This is the SummerSlam 92 attire Ultimate Warrior. So we attended WrestleMania 30. We attended the Hall of Fame ceremony, saw the Ultimate Warrior give his speech, saw everybody else give their speech that night, you know, dragged a little bit with Mr. T. And then my brother goes and preaches. Back in the day, he did a Mother's Day sermon, and he was quoting Mr. T's induction ceremony speech about his mama. So, oh man, Mike, what's up? Good to see you, brother. Yeah, I've been doing a live stream with one of my friends, Beltron, and we've done the last 2 Mondays around this time. It's been a little bit more lively, but I know that this being the holiday Monday, it was going to be a small crowd. But I wanted to just continue to put out live streams just to get myself acclimated to doing this time and to give myself some practice with doing a solo show. So yeah, it is what it is. But thanks, man. I appreciate you stopping by. I appreciate you throwing your comment up there in the chat. So we got the WrestleMania. I'm sorry, the SummerSlam 92 Ultimate Warrior. This is when Ultimate Warrior wrestled Macho Man Randy Savage in the not so main event, even though they billed it as the main event. When he wrestled Macho Man Randy Savage for the world title a year and a half after their retirement match at WrestleMania 7. So yeah. Oh man, I appreciate that. You know, man, it's cool just to have you here. So thanks, Mike. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is going to be figure number 7 in this haul. And so this is a haul that I got from my friend Beltron. He didn't have room. He had changed living situations, and so he gifted me with his collection. Yeah, practice makes perfect. Absolutely, absolutely. I'm on vacation this week, so I want to take some time to really study how to use and just how to utilize all the tools that are available to me for the live stream. You know, some intros and playing videos and whatnot. Just working overnights. I especially here during the holidays. And I know I'm constantly giving myself excuses, and that's one thing I need to work on in 2023, eliminate excuses. But with this week, besides doing some work at the house, I want to do some studying and figuring out how to utilize the tools available to me for the live stream. So awesome. Great figure here with the Legion of Doom Road Warrior Hawk right here. And his tag team partner, Animal. Now, the the thing about these is this is a Christmas present I gifted Beltron. I don't know if it was 2014, 2013, around there. So pretty cool to have them back in my hands again after all those years. I remember I bought these. I went to the store with Beltron, went to the Walmart, found these guys, and at the time I was getting these for Lady Prime, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, I had already had them, and I led Beltron to believe these were going to be for Lady Prime, where I was buying his own present for him in front of him. So cool stuff. Next up, AJ Styles, the Phenomenal One. I don't know. This is one of my favorite AJ Styles toys. Not very colorful, but I am appreciative of receiving it, Beltron. I'm not trying to say it like that. I'm just trying to say it as far as the design. Need to clean this up a little bit. Oh, here we go. Let's see. What's Lady Prime saying? Was it the other way around? Did I pick these up in front of you for Beltron? Oh man, Lady Prime's correcting me. Usually I'm the one that remembers everything. All right. I will defer to Lady Prime because she's the boss and she wears the pants. I know this is live drama playing out for you. Yes. And the first stream we did, I was supposed to be doing the dishes and I skipped out on it. There you go, Lady Prime. Mike, Evil's Comics, saying hello. All right. So I'm super pumped, super stoked to have this one in the collection. There was originally a Legends release of this Ultimate Warrior, and then they re-released him with this packaging. Was able to finally pick him up because by the time I knew about that original release, I would have had to overpay on the secondary market. So thankful that was able to get this. Thankful that I was able to get this version, and so now I have two. So thank you, Beltron, for this one. This one will, if you say that they're mine and open them, I will obey your wish. And so this one will definitely be opened and displayed. The Ultimate Warrior being one of the favorites of my wrestling childhood. One of the favorite wrestlers, favorite characters in my wrestling fandom. All right, we got another Daniel Bryan. Not sure which Daniel Bryan that would be from. Actually, maybe they'll say it on the back. Okay, it's the SummerSlam 2013 Daniel Bryan when he won the title from John Cena. So yeah, pretty awesome. Actually, okay, so the story, Mike, with these is he gave these to me this past summer. And he said he gave them, had just started the channel. It may have been, and it may have been even been before the summer. I had just started my YouTube channel, and he told me he was going to gift me these toys. His only condition was that I do an unboxing video on them. And so I got home that day, got with my son, got with Ollie, and we filmed an unboxing video. Only I thought we were filming it. We did everything, and we had the initial reactions. I mean, right now I have forgotten what's in this collection because it was so many months ago, and I was so devastated, so disappointed. Because Ollie did such a great job during what I thought we were recording. Oh yeah, I love Daniel Bryan too. Love him in AEW. His match with Kenny Omega was, man, one of my all-time favorite things. I wish it would have had a true ending, but I can live with a draw between two guys like that. And we filmed an unboxing video that day. I thought we were filming it. Turns out the camera either shut off, or I never pressed, or I double pressed recorded, so it went back to pause. I don't know. And not long after that, we had a leak in my toy room, comic room, collection room. Very, very minimal damage to the collection, but the roof came down. And so everything got boxed and put off to the side. And slowly but surely, we're going through a lot of that stuff. And I found this box and I said, well, I'm going to do a video on it. And then Beltran and I started doing the live stream together. So I said, well, I'll open this with him. But then he had to skip today. And the last one in this box, and I'm not sure, Beltran, if there's more in this collection. I think there is. Like I said, we kind of had to rebox things and put stuff away. But the last one in the box that I have today will be my favorite wrestler of all time. And I was fortunate enough to see him wrestle quite a few times live. Saw him wrestle at the 1997 Royal Rumble there in San Antonio. Saw him wrestle on Monday Night Raw in 97. And saw him wrestle at a Superstars taping in Corpus in 96. He was the champion. I believe he defended the title against The Undertaker or against Diesel that night. I can't remember. So I did get to see him carry the Winged Eagle Championship belt. Yeah. It's that was rough. Very, very rough and very stressful summer. But things have calmed down and chilled out, and it's good. Been painting that room, been painting the collection room. Want to get that set up here shortly so I can kind of film some videos there and kind of have the collection on display between wrestling, Transformers, and comics, just to have them be my backdrop for the collection. So that's it for the wrestling collection. Well, you know what? Let me go ahead and do this. I'm going to just treat this live stream because it's going to be a video. I'm going to give it a few more minutes. Normally, the last two live stream, my first live stream was only planning on doing a 15-minute test. Wound up running for an hour and 20 minutes. And then the next time wound up being an hour and 45 test. So, well, thanks, Mike. Sorry, reaching for something. I'm going to go ahead and show my top 11 books that I picked up in 2022. I did a YouTube short showing my top 11 books, and the reason it's 11 is because I counted what I thought was 10, took pictures, went to make the video for the short and realized I had 11. And I said, well, I'm not going to pull one out. I'm just going to make I'm going to just name it the top 11 books that I picked up in 2022. This is in no particular order. It's hard. You get on there and you start talking, and then especially when you have someone else there with you, you just get lost in the conversation and time flies. So yeah. Man, mine could have run that long too. I needed to get to sleep, but I got you. All right, so these are going to be my top 11 books that I picked up in 2022. First up is going to be Superman 77, Funeral for a Friend, Part 8. But this is going to be the third print, the DC Universe logo variant, third print. Was really, really excited to pick this up. The logo variants on the Funeral for a Friend are extremely hard to come by, or at least most of them are. Supposedly, they were only released in, I've heard 2-packs, but then I've also heard the multi-packs that were released at, Toys R Us, Walmart back in the day. So, yeah. So this was a big book for me to find. It has some damage. I mean, you can see some of the spine ticks there. I don't care. It was just having it in the collection. I'm trying to get every book, every variant of the Death of Superman saga, the Death of Funeral for a Friend, and the Reign of the Superman. Trying to get every book in it. So knocking this one off the list was awesome. Paid far less than I thought I was going to have to pay for it. So yeah, I'm really excited to have that in the collection. And since we're on it, I'm gonna go ahead and show this one off. This has been this book that I'm gonna show next is the most expensive the most I've ever paid for one book. It's the I don't want to say it's the most valuable book in my collection, but is the priciest book. This is The Funeral for a Friend, part 6. This is Action Comics 6. Is that 686? Yeah, 686. This is the second print, but also the DC Universe logo variant. So what is up, main event? David, awesome to see you, brother. Happy New Year to you. And Mike, I'm sorry. Happy New Year to you, Mike. I hope everybody's 2023 is far more fantastic, far more fabulous than their 2022. If you guys had a rough 2022, if you guys had a rough 2022, don't worry. I fully believe that what doesn't kill you either makes you wiser or makes you stronger. And so let's just keep on rocking and rolling in 2023. This is the most I ever paid for a book. I'm not going to say it because my wife might be watching the stream. Thanks, brother. Appreciate that. But yeah, this was a big time book to get in the collection. For a while there, I could not find this one anywhere. There we go, brother. There we go. Awesome. Yeah, this was a book I could not find anywhere, and so I focused my efforts on getting this. I had access to Man of Steel 20, which is really hard to get, and had access to Adventures of Superman 499. I put those on hold, and I got this one. And now that I have this in the collection, I cannot find a Man of Steel 20 second print, and I cannot find an Adventures of Superman 499 third print, which are also DC Universe logos. Those are going to be expensive. Those are going to be pricey when it is finally time to pull the trigger on them. Hopefully I'm able to find them, but we will see. Rough start to 2023 so far, but it can only go uphill from here. Man, I'm glad that is the attitude to have. That is the attitude to have, man. Sometimes it's awesome, or sometimes it's to our benefit to start. I don't want to say at rock bottom, but to start somewhere near the bottom, because all you can do is climb up. It can only get better. And so, yeah, and I know you were feeling sick, so you ended 2022 feeling sick and started 2023 under the weather. The best version of Supergirl, in my opinion. Well, all right. I dug the return of, Kara Zor-El there during the Superman Batman run with, I wanted to say Mark Waid. It wasn't him. It was Jeff Loeb with Michael Turner's art. I didn't mind it, but I did miss this Matrix character because it is the first Supergirl that when I started collecting and reading comics that I got to experience. So that's book number 2 of my top 11 books from 2022. Next up is the facsimile of Superman number 1. This came to me by way of Main Event Comics and Wrestling, by way of David. So truly appreciate that. Love 52 and her as the yeah. I did. I didn't read much of the new 52 run, but I do think that was interesting to have her be a Red Lantern. That is something I do want to go back and check out. So yeah, definitely. Oh man, bottom tier collectors here, man, brother. Happy New Year. Good to see you, the bearded one. Oh, awesome. Yeah, dude, I love these facsimiles. I'm all about. I wish they would release more facsimiles. Sorry, I just heard some random noise outside. Yeah, I'm hoping that they continue to release more and more of these facsimiles because it's so nice to have it in the collection. It is so nice to be able to. It's a piece of history. And no, yeah, it's a reprint, whatever you want to call it. It's just a really, really cool book to have, especially when you consider that ain't none of us getting this book. Well, maybe you guys will be far more fortunate than me, and you'll be able to add that to your collection. I will never be able to add an original to the collection, so the facsimile is a cherished piece. That bottom tier interacting with the chat. Bottom tier, I have to catch up on your videos. I saw a little bit of your entry into Alex Big Blue's contest. which Alex Big Blue sent me a message reminding me that he has a contest going on. I just at this time can't think of an underrated character that I want to make a video about, but I do definitely want to enter his contest. So yeah. Also, by way of Main Event Comics and Wrestling, I got the facsimile of Action Comics #1, another book that I will never be able to own the original of. I do have a few reprints of this book, but just having the facsimile in the collection, definitely appreciative of this, David. This was awesome. I believe these came by way of winning your 300 subscriber giveaway. That's another thing. So I won a Main Event Comics and Wrestling 300 subscriber giveaway. I did an unboxing with Ollie. It is one of my favorite videos I've ever done because of his reaction to one of the books that was in the unboxing. It was the Jurassic League, and Ollie's reaction to that was priceless. It's going to be one of those. It'll be one of those memories I take to me when I'm on my deathbed. So, David, I'm always going to be appreciative of you sending that my way. You created a moment for me that, will not be easily forgotten. Let's see. Exactly. Nope. I've never even seen that book in person. So yeah, definitely. Bottom tier. I've been recording a lot lately. I'm glad you want to get caught up on my stuff. Yeah, man. I'm on vacation this week, so I'll definitely be checking out people's videos. Always enjoy Main Events. Always enjoy Main Events content that he puts out. Mike, I've got to catch up on some of your reviews. Being that I don't follow modern books, it's really cool to be able to check out your videos, to check out your reviews of the books that are out. And then for you to tell me that it's a 4-hour trip for you to go to your LCS and back, just to see the dedication and love you have for the books that you are reading, that you collect, is awesome. And then to know that, like I said, to travel 4 hours for a full trip, definitely appreciative of your reviews. Yes, David, you rock. Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah. Dude, that reaction was priceless. So amazing hearing that. I need more Main Events. And then bottom tier. I love to see his content because he doesn't mind putting his opinions out there, even if he knows that not everybody's going to be happy to hear it. And then I really love the aspect of finding each person's personal twist to their own collection. Like bottom tier collector, his love and wanting every Lobo appearance or having every Lobo appearance, that's amazing. The fact that he collected every issue of Wolverine Volume 2 is spectacular. So yeah. So I always love to find out everybody's little personal mini collections in addition to their full-on collection. Who travels 4 hours? That's a journey. That's Mike right there. That's Mike. Bus by car, it's 2 hours journey, but I take the bus. Hey man, if I were to still be buying from an LCS, it would be a 2-hour trip by car. Where I live is situated between an hour away from Corpus, which has a few comic book stores there, or San Antonio, which I'd have to take an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on what side of town I want to go to. Somebody said Lobo. Yeah, bottom tier collector, man. Check him out. He's a Lobo fanatic. This was one of my last pickups. This was my last eBay pickup. Oh, sorry. This is the 1 in 25 Superman 75 reprint, the ratio variant. So I love just how shiny that is. Beautiful book. Yeah. So this will be a great piece to add to the Death of Superman Saga collection. Same here, which is why I love Super Russ's 9000's latest challenge. I have my challenge entry recorded. I'm just waiting to upload. Which challenge is this? Is this the one where he asked how we got our origin story into collecting? because I want to do that. I want to do that video too, if that's the one you're talking about. All right, man. Awesome. Yeah, check him out. I was really impressed with Bottom Tier, and really happy for him because you put out that video where you bought the last books you needed for your Wolverine collection. So, man, that's awesome. Congratulations on hitting that in 2022, by the way. Yeah, the origin story for Super Russ. Yeah, man. And to hear his origin story, you know, to be as he talks about being kind of bullied and a loner and whatnot, and just to hear how he found solace in comics and found a place, you know, it's awesome. And it's just awesome to be able to, like you said, to hear everybody's entryway into collecting and why we collect. You know, and I don't want to diss those who simply collect for flipping and making money off of it because, hey, that's their hustle. And okay, but I always appreciate the readers. I always appreciate those who collect for the love of the stories, for the love of the characters. Now, when you say, oh, very nice, Mike, are you talking about this book right here? Because it is a beautiful book. Yes, definitely. Let's see. That's okay. So that was 5 of my top 11 books of 2022. Let's see. All right, this is one book that, man, I fought to find and I had to be patient for. This is Superman 75. This is the 3rd print, but it is the 3rd print newsstand variant. And this is a hard book to come by because it's not very plentiful. Now when it says it was a newsstand, it was not on the actual newsstands. Rather, it was released at, I believe, a Walden Books. I think Walden Books was the store you could go to in the mall. It was released with a pack. It was released with the Death of Superman trade paperback, and it came with this reprint of the book. And so that is the only way you were able to get a 3rd print newsstand variant. I had the opportunity to jump on this book earlier in 2022, and I didn't do it right away. And the guy must have figured out what he had, and he bumped up the price. I missed it. 25 was more than I wanted to pay for it. I was hoping that I would be able to find one just, you know, in the wild, just in a lot or something like that. And I saw it for 25. I said, man, I'm going to put this guy on my watch list. And when I went back, either later that day or later that night, later in the week, he had bumped up the price to maybe $75 to $50. And I knew for sure I was going to have to hold off and wait. And then I didn't see any for months. Or the only one I saw was like $95 to $115. Wasn't going to pay that for it. And finally stumbled across this one. It was in an auction. I waited to the very last moment to put my bid in because I did not want to raise the price on it. I didn't want to draw anybody's attention to it. So I got it at a good deal. Mike, I collect for the love of the stories and the art. Simple, but it's nice to know that some books have value, but letting go of a comic in any way from my PC is soul crushing. Yeah. So the only time now there are some things that I have that they don't mean as much to me anymore, or I bought them in a lot and I took out what I wanted from it. And so there is some stuff that I'm not going to be crushed to get rid of or sell. But those books that are very, very personal to me, my goal is to pass that on to Ollie and to let him experience these amazing stories, these amazing events that happened in history to him when he gets older and he has more of appreciation for the characters and what they went through. Love all this Death of Superman stuff. Some of my girls. Oh yeah, brother. Like I said, there are a few sub collections to my collection I'm going for. All the versions and variants of the Death of Superman story. Like I said, Death of Superman, Funeral for a Friend, and Reign of the Superman. So that's what I concentrated a lot on this year. I'm also trying to get every issue for the Infinite Crisis tie-in and build-up. So that's another sub collection. Then I'm also trying to get every Superman book, the mainline titles from Crisis to Crisis, what started from Man of Steel #1 to those books that ran right before Infinite Crisis. And then, of course, I'm trying to get every Triangle number. So there is a lot that I'm trying to get this in in my my collections of collections. I get that. Never really done mystery boxes or lots. So I'll do a lot if I see books in there that I'm trying to get and it comes out and I can justify it being cheaper. And that's mainly like how I shop on eBay. With doing that, I wind up with a lot of third copies or second copies of it. So those I'm trying to weed off. The one way I do not feel like, those personal books in my collection, the one way I don't feel crushed when I get rid of them or give them away is if I'm giving them to someone and I want them to experience the story. Like that actually excites me doing. Bottom tier collector. I call myself a character collector first. I'm about my favorite characters. Secondly, I'm about reading good stories. And then I pay attention to the market to try and get personal collection books affordably. Yeah, right on bottom tier. I can respect your priorities. Excuse me. Yeah, so, and that's interesting to me that you're a character collector. See, and I'm more of a DC collector, just and certain years of DC. I'm opening myself up to some 80s DC lately, and man, I'm just falling in love with all that, which kind of it was a blessing in disguise that years ago I didn't want books that were older than 90s books. Like I wanted to go as far back as I wanted to have in my collection was when I initially started, 92, 93, right around there. And so opening up myself to all these books that came out before that and really appreciate them, like, man, there was so much more content in those older books. There was so much more story in those older books. I'm really finding a love for them. It's kind of along the way the comic book companies figured out that we can put together a 6-issue storyline, and we can, what would have been a full story back then is broken up into 6 issues now and put and collected in a trade. And I'm not going to fault them for that. They've got to make money, but there's just something that I enjoy so much about what those books were before. Mike with some appreciation for a bottom tier and his collecting styles. Mike with, I can dig that. I would love to pass on great stories. Yes, for sure. Never met a single comic book fan before getting on YouTube. Wow, that's awesome. Not that you didn't get to meet somebody, but the fact that that YouTube has opened that up. It's crazy that when everybody says the community that is here on YouTube, it really is. It really is. Just the people I've met. How I've met Scoons Comics. I saw him on YouTube, and then I found him on Instagram, and I began a dialogue with him, and then here I am now on YouTube, and we get to share our love for the Death of Superman saga together, and then just interacting with David there at Main Event Comics, interacting with Brian LCS, finally getting to really interact with Super Russ 9000, even Mike, just getting to meet you and sharing in our experiences of half price books in the cities we used to live in. And how we miss having access to so many. Bottom tier collector. I never wanted to go earlier than Crisis on Infinite Earths at the beginning. Now I have nearly completed Mr. Miracle, and I'm going to try to collect the Fourth World story and single issues. Man, good luck with that. That's awesome. It's cool to come around to stories that are new to us, to find out why it was loved then, and then to find yourself wanting to buy every issue of, just making yourself a personal collection. Like, yeah, everybody's collection is their personal collection, but my collection is personal to me because I concentrate on these things. So good luck with the collecting those fourth world single issues, bottom tier. Exactly. I have a comic book family now, and I love it. So yeah, dude, it really is what it is. What it has become. We watch everybody's videos, and we find out when they're doing certain things. It's so cool to find out when someone's going to become a parent or when they're getting married, because we're not there in their personal life, but we share all these things with one another. And so we have genuine happiness. We don't have that fake, hey, congratulations, happiness that we might have had, like you can have on social media, like you see it on Instagram or you see it there on Facebook. Hey, congratulations, you just type it in. Whereas because we're interacting with each other visually through videos on YouTube, it seems to be like a very, very personal connection. I love to see this. I want to read all old DC. Yeah. It has been advantageous to have the DC Infinite or the DC Universe Infinite app where you can read all those older books. But I hate reading digitally. But it is very convenient to do. Very convenient to do, especially some of those older books that you'd hate to get your hand on. But well, for some people, I don't mind. I love that the smell of an old beat up book. Sometimes those old beat up books have more integrity. They have a more character than some of those newer books, than some of those mint condition books. I worry I'm pushing comics too hard on my boy. He's only 4 and Black Adam was a little too dark for him. I tried to show him Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man one day, and he said he doesn't like real life stuff. Yeah, I had all these Transformers that I wanted to give to Ollie. I had all these Star Wars toys that I wanted to give to Ollie. And what I didn't know, or what I didn't take into account, is that he was going to find his own fandom. And it just simply happened by me putting on a Godzilla movie one day, and he fell in love with Godzilla, with King Kong, with the giant creatures. And so now I have all these toys, all these Transformers and Star Wars toys that I envisioned passing on to him one day, and he doesn't really care for it. He doesn't care. Like, he'll play with Transformers with me because, they're toys, and he loves the Transformer toys. But he doesn't have an appreciation for them the same way I do. Whereas Optimus Prime is this character that did these things. For him, it's just a cool looking toy. And when I go back and try to watch those, the G1 cartoons, he does not care for it. He doesn't care for it. So yeah, you don't want to push it on him, but have it available to him, because at some point he's going to pick up and see your appreciation for him. And he's only 4, so hard to get people into comics. Tried my whole life. I have some issues that I really, really want to show my wife, and no, she has her own fandom. She likes her Swamp Thing comics, and she likes her creature collections and stuff like that. And so, but yeah. One day I hope that my enthusiasm for what I have will open her eyes to possibly wanting to read my stuff. And the same thing for Ollie, that perhaps my love for it will open his eyes up to it. Bottom tier collector. I will say my boy loves Sonic and Miles Morales, so I try to run with that where I can. And that's it, man. You just got to support his fandom. I have bought more Godzilla toys in the past 2 or 3 years than I ever thought I would need in my life. And this is coming from me, a huge Godzilla fan. I never thought that that's where Ollie would take his fandom, but that's what his love is. Kyle showing up. Silver Knight Kyle, what's up, man? I am running a solo dolo show today. And it was a little rough. I only had 1 or 2 in, and one of them was me, making sure everything was going correct. But my friend Beltron showed up in the chat earlier. No, he's not able to now because he's probably on the bus himself. And my wife was in here earlier in the chat, but she had to go back to work. I know it was during her lunch break. So get in where you can. That's right. That's right, Mike. But yeah, once again, just I have a feeling Ollie will come around to it at some point. As far as the stories and appreciation, the characters I have, he will never, I don't think, ever have the appreciation for the Generation 1 cartoon of Transformers like I did. But so be it, Bottom tier. And Mike saying hey to Kyle. Yes, definitely. Happy New Year to everybody. Once again, I will say, I hope everybody's 2023 is far better and far more prosperous and far more joyous than their 2022 was. I know I had a fabulous 2022, and I'm hoping for a good 2023. Yeah, I know you're still there, but you're not in the chat, babe, is all I meant. That's all I meant. I know you have work when the customers come in. So, yeah. I didn't mean you abandoned the ship. All right, so let me see where we were at. Back to the top 11 books of 2022. That was 6. And once again, no particular order. This one might get me in trouble. This is Wraith of God. This is Aaron Lopresti's Wraith of God. I love this book, and it's looking like, some classic Marvel there. The reason it may get me in trouble because this is what you consider, quotation marks, a Comicsgate book. But whatever. I got it because it's a beautiful book. This is my favorite read of 2022. I didn't read many modern books or current books, but of the new stuff that I did read, this was by far and away my favorite read of 2022. Wraith of God was kind of initially when he worked at Marvel, he wanted to do kind of a Ghost Rider story, but a Western Ghost Rider story. They didn't run with that, but this is his take on that. And so he, went and put out his own stuff. So this was one of the crowdfunded books. So it is awesome. Yeah, and it's a pricey book. It's one of those crowdfunded books. So you're paying a little extra. You're paying maybe $25 for a thicker book. I mean, it's not your standard floppy. It's and maybe for some, if you're going to pay $25 for a book, you want something older or you want a key. I equate this to like when you go shop at a mom and pop store. You're going to pay a little bit more to support a business, and that's how I justified this purchase. But definitely an awesome book. Bottom tier collector. I owned and backed Cyberfrog, and I don't hate everything EVS says. He's one of my all-time favorite artists, but I totally get why EVS is controversial and a turnoff, so I stay away from discussing it. Yeah, like I said, I might have just got myself in trouble by putting that out there. I also backed Cyberfrog, and I also watch EVS on his live streams. Once again, I get why people don't like it, but not everything he says is wrong. So, yeah. And we will now back away from discussing it. This is why I love you, bottom tier. This is also on my top 11 books I picked up just maybe a year ago or maybe 2 years ago. I got into this fascination with composite Superman. Just this weird random character created. And then I discovered that this was a book. Love this cover. This is a cover by. I did read it, but this was more of a cover by. Enjoyed the story. Did enjoy the story. But yeah, so that was one that when Alex Big Blue put a 10 books you wanted before 2022 ended, this was on my list. Oh, sorry, I forgot I left a book over here. Backing away slowly. Really dope cover. Yeah, man, I agree. All right, so this book, this was another book that, man, I wasn't sure I was ever going to wind up with because I could never find it. I eventually had to go buy it from Mile High Comics. I thought I was going to have to overpay, but then I didn't know they had a 50% off, code. This is Superman 82, but this is the second print. So this one is like the third print newsstand of Superman 75, where possibly Walden Books, you would buy the trade that came with a reprint. You would buy the trade that came with a reprint, and it was the only way you could get it. So second prints, not the second prints of Superman 82, not easily found. Months went by without being able to find it on eBay. Then when it finally popped up, I think the guy wanted $105, $115 with shipping. Wasn't willing to pay that, and I finally went and got Mile High. Yeah, Mile High there in Denver. Yeah, which, I buy on eBay, so I don't know why it was such a big deal for me to break down and buy from Mile High, but Yeah. All right. So this is the 10th book of my top 11 in no particular order. This is Action Comics 485. Just a great, great cover there. Beautiful book, classic image, classic Superman image. One I was definitely happy to add to the collection, and one I picked up relatively cheap. Sorry, one moment. I'm looking something up on this, my last book. Let me see what year this was. Mile High is super pricey for no reason. Great store, yeah. But yeah, some of those prices. But like I said, you've got to try to get it when they have one of their sales going on or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. Between them and my comic shop, I'm like, no, that book doesn't need to be that much. But that's their hustle, and if you want something bad enough, I guess you're going to pay for it. A book is only worth what you're either willing to sell it for or what you're willing to buy it for. Or anything is only worth what you're willing to sell it for, what you're willing to buy it for. So I don't let someone tell me what something's worth. Yeah, you can use eBay or recent sales as a gauge, but if you're not willing to pay for something, then it's obviously not worth that much to you. There it is. Facts. Thanks, brother. I'm glad you understand. All right, so this is the last book on my top 11 books. It is also a Superman book. This is Superman 166. This is a book from 1964. The other day, Kyle asked me what my oldest book was. I believe this is it. This is the oldest book in my collection. Other than those coverless books, one of those may have been older, and there may have been one from 61. I can't remember for sure. But this is my oldest complete book right here. Bottom tier, man, Mile High prices should be the name. I'm on the email list originally to get the discount code. Even with 60% off, it's over fair market value. Now I just read the owner's cool stories in his emails. Now I just read the owner's cool stories in his emails. Gotcha. And well, like I said, that Superman 82, it was just, I wasn't seeing it anywhere, and I was getting paranoid that I wasn't going to find it because I started seeing more and more people start to do the same collection, started hunting for the same books I am. And so I said, I got to get it before it gets bought out. So yeah, I went ahead and made that jump. Yeah, it really is. So I got it for two reasons. One, obviously it's a Superman book, but it's an old Superman book. And then number two, a Christmas cover. I totally dropped the ball this past holiday season. I wanted to do my Christmas covers in my collection video, and I didn't do it. But this was an awesome buy. This was, just when you browse eBay randomly and you go and look and see what you can find when you browse the listings about to end. And this was something I stumbled across, maybe sat on it for about an hour, just watching it back and forth, and made that purchase. So yeah. Christmas covers make me so sentimental. Yeah, dude, there's just something special about it. So something unique. Because there's not always Christmas covers every year, or at least not on certain books that you collect. It could be maybe 5 years before you'll see another Superman cover. Well, that's how it was back in the day. Now with all these variants and variants of variants and variants of variants, some book can come out and have 42 different variants, which is nonsense. I guess it's not as big a deal to wind up with a Christmas cover, but for this book back in the day when there was only one cover, yeah, it's awesome. I agree with you, brother. Love them Christmas covers. Oh man. Well, guys, man, I appreciate you guys showing up. Thanks, Mike. You've been here. You've been here for a good long run. Thanks, babe, for being in the chat. Oh man, look how bad my hair is getting. Oh, my hat hair. I was told at work today I need to cut my hair. Not like from management, but but from one of the employees saying I was getting shaggy, and I said, nope, not cutting it for a year. Beltron, I wasn't able to chat for a while. Your brother picked me up from Target, heading to Walmart now. All right, well that's good, man. Tell Southwestern Playboy that I said what's up. Oh, thanks, Kyle, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, bottom two. There was one video. I can't remember. Like, I don't know if the sun was in your eyes or you were extremely tired, but I was like, man, I can relate to that so much. And so, yeah, wearing the hat on camera, yeah, totally get it. Mike, was a great conversation, a dope watch. Thank you. Oh, dude, I appreciate it. Kyle, Mike, Beltron, bottom tier, David at Main Events, Lady Prime. Thanks you guys for showing up. Just appreciate it. Trying to get the hang of doing these live streams. All right, everybody, be great and have a great New Year's. Yes, definitely. Don't know if I'll be going or when I'll be going live again. Like I said, I'm on vacation this week, so I want to try to run into another. Hey man, and I get that. Can't condone EBS as he went too far, even if he isn't wrong about some things. Oh man, I respect that opinion. Sometimes I film at 1 a.m. after a couple of beverages. Bottom tier would be good. But all right, like I said, I just wanted to kind of live stream today. I didn't have my partner in crime with me, but was still able to get together a decent show, I think. Thanks to everybody for showing up. Probably will go live at another point this week. I know Thursday night, Brian LCS has asked all those that he included in his 900 subscriber giveaway to pop in on his live stream there. So I'll definitely do that on Thursday night. I got to make sure you don't talk trash about me. That's the fun part of the marriage, babe. I do middays and late nights. Yeah, I've seen you there when I'm at work. Sometimes I'll pop in on people's live streams and I'll see you there, Kyle. I can't really text, but I'm listening in just because I'm busy at work and I'm working 1,000 miles per hour. But it is cool to be able to listen to you guys. Whatever you guys are chatting about that night. Brian brought me here. Well, that's awesome. Brian LCS, I don't know why he's taking a fancy. Well, I'm pretty sure it's because of Ollie, but he's taking a fancy to my channel and my content. So I definitely appreciate Brian LCS always supporting the channel. Appreciate everybody that has ever, once again, liked, commented, popped into these live streams, throwing in a comment in the chat. Always appreciate it. Guys, I am out. I've got some dishes to do and I've got some honeydews to do. Uh-oh. Wait till my tell all about the real Fanboy Prime. Oh man, it's B's fault. Oh man, these live streams go so long. I thought this one was going to be a 30-minute live stream, and I got an hour and 8 minutes out of it. So, good times. Oh man, wait till they hear the tell all about how we got together, Lady Prime. Just the drama behind. One day I will post the picture we had right after we got married and just the stress and the relief you can see on our face after we left that dungeon in downtown San Antonio to get married. But that is another live stream for another day. Oh, here we go. Bottom tier. Lady Prime takes over Fanboy's channel event. Make it happen. I'm looking forward to Lady Prime finally getting in on whether it's a video or a live stream. Kyle asked her to show up on the stream last week, and Lady Prime was definitely living the it's the day after Christmas, I'm not doing anything lifestyle that day. All right, guys, I've got to go because if I don't, this will turn into a 2-hour live stream, and I'm not sure I have the content for that. But thank you guys. Appreciate everybody showing up. I am out. And like I said, possibly later in the week I'll get on. If not, for sure, next Monday, same thing around this time, I'll be here. Y'all have a good one. Happy New Year. Oh, hold on. Look at it. Look at this. Neil's going to go ahead and guilt me going just as I get here. Neil, send me get with me on Instagram. Send me your PlayStation information. I haven't been on the PlayStation in like 2 weeks now, but I do want to add you to my friends list on PlayStation so we can get together. Kyle, man, I would, but I've got some, like I said, I got some honeydews that I need to do. So that's why I kind of eliminated it. Sorry, don't be mad at me. But yeah, for next week, dude, definitely, or if I'm on later in this week, yeah, I'll definitely get together and do some chatting. Neil, don't get me in trouble. Do not get me in trouble. I've already been told I need to put the towels on, and I haven't done that yet. That is false. That is false. That should say I have been doing some of the dishes, Neil. So, oh man, alive. I think when I finally am comfortable with doing a weekly show, the name of the show will be Skipping the Dishes live stream or something like that. Fanboy Skips the Dishes, episode 1, episode 2. Well, with that said, Lady Prime, I will go ahead and end this stream. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it. Much love to everybody. I am out.